Hey, I'm Baron Dodger. I'm sitting here in Canberra and I'm begging for food. The Australian democracy has forsaken me, targeted me over 30 years, murdered me, and when I was revived, I was forced to sleep in my car, homeless, without health care or barely money, under the care of the NDIS and Bill Shorten. I'm not even angry. I just want my justice. Everything will be exposed. Bill Shorten coordinated an attack on me, caused my exile here to Canberra, first to New South Wales. The government tried to murder me. They attempted to assassinate me. Bill Shorten orchestrated and condoned NDIS providers masquerading as NDIS providers, but they were Lebanese criminal network gang members, and they were sent to arrest me. I knew they were going to murder me, and I knew no one would believe me, and I had the choice to either stay in a home where I was tortured and entrapped to poverty and subjected to V2K military grade audio harassment and gang stalking, where my work cover entitlements were denied and my marriage settlement was denied, and where no single politician, no single lawyer, no single media outlet, and no single public official or my family and friends would acknowledge my relationship with former ASIO agent Steve Isonides. Hi Steve. That is a remarkable amount of manipulation of the legal system, where I've been obstructed from all legal help, and I've been denied service from the very institutions that are supposed to help disabled people. I'm an unprotected gay whistleblower. I'm seeking asylum within the country of my citizenship. My treatment has been almost unforgivable, but my divine grace is much more compassionate and loving and forgiving than the petty deceit, lies, greed, corruption, bribery and extortion of all public officials, lawyers, politicians and public servants. I'll forgive the world for murdering me and then reviving me only to be forced to live in my car. And then after that, I was further entrapped to poverty, exiled, tortured, and then an assassination attempt by Bill Shorten, which I can prove with verified evidence. An NDIS provider, Ben, originally didn't believe me that I was going to be murdered, and I begged him and I gave him the evidence to give to police. Now, police are a funny breed. I admire what they do. They don't want war, violence, corruption. They're there for the good. I too am here for the good, and we are on the same side, but not when it comes to this political corruption, because I've never been able to report a crime to police, and I'm obstructed at IBAC, at ICAC, the Federal Ombudsman, the National Anti-Corruption Commission, and even the Prime Minister and the Attorney General refused to intervene. What this means is that Australia is guilty of the attempted assassination of a vulnerable, gay, disabled whistleblower. It's the most egregious and ungodly human rights abuse that this democracy has ever seen. and it can't call itself a democracy because it acts as a tyrannical dictatorship. This video, if it's not obstructed or blocked, could throw the whole democracy. Australia, as a nation and a democracy, as a Western nation, is not supposed to target, entrap, torture, and then assassinate a vulnerable gay person who is a whistleblower and dissident, who is unprotected by the very institutional legal frameworks that this country is based on. One day, the people and the public officials, the placeholders in public office who have acted to sustain my persecution are going to beg me for forgiveness, just as I'm here begging for food and a place to exist. I have to do this. It's my sole contract. I signed up to this life when I came here, and God put me back here when I died in the hospital, and my job is not finished. There are many, many people who have tried to cause my ultimate harm by manipulation of politics and by corruption and by decisions that retracted my many just compensations. But the angels and the faith that sustains me as a human being and a spiritual being on this planet are far supreme than the deceit, the lies, and the hate which has been cast upon me by almost every single person in this society. And I deserve to be here. I deserve a home. I deserve to feel safe. I deserve protection from violence and political retribution because I called out corruption. This is the most egregious human rights violation in Australia's living memory, apart from the killing and the genocide of the Aboriginal population. I want my justice. If someone is out there, I'll put my PID below, and I'll put a letter below which goes into detail and proves beyond reasonable doubt the assassination attempt, its cover-up, and really still the greatest and most evident way we can prove that the government tried to kill me is that I've accused the government of assassinating me, and there is radio silence from police, from politicians, from lawyers. They all haven't denied it because they can't. And their silence and the fact that they haven't ordered an investigation or rebuked my accusation is the most damning evidence of all. I love people. I've always loved people, and when I didn't have much, I stuck up for marginalised people and their carers. And when I needed the help, I'd realised finally that I was used and exploited by the powerful to suit their own needs. And that is a damning indictment on professionalism in Australia, and it's a brutal indictment on this nation as a democracy. Can you please help me? I'm here with my therapy dog, Crystal, and she's the reason on my planet. She was put here by God to anchor me to this earth, and she's here, and I'm very grateful. One day, and the reckoning is coming, you will all beg me for forgiveness.